when we talk about him, is described as being Doubting Thomas. But I believe that Thomas deserves our full respect. Just as we respect Peter, who doubted and began to sink, just as we respect the other disciples of Jesus, there should be no difference and no distinction when it comes to Thomas. Because as I look at the scripture, I've come to see that Thomas was able to gain a perspective about Jesus that the others did not gain. But in his honesty, he said, I just need to see Jesus for myself. Growing up, I grew up in the old church too. And one of the things that I could remember my grandparents always telling me is that every tub must stand on its own bottom. I can't believe Jesus enough for you. You've got to believe Jesus for yourself. As you studied your Sunday school lesson, the man who had been born blind, his parents, because they were fearing being put out of the synagogue, said to the Jews, ask him, he's old enough. In other words, they were saying he should be able to tell you about Jesus for himself. And I believe that the scripture is full of examples where we have had people who doubted, but they didn't stay in their doubt. They were able to move from doubt to a deep faith in God. Someone has said doubt is 1 foot lifted, posed to step forward or backwards. There is no motion until the foot comes down. Someone has said faith is stepping out on nothing, landing on something. As I looked at the scriptures, I've seen many who have doubted. Abraham doubted when God told him he would be a father of many nations. His wife Sarai doubted because she laughed in the tent. Moses doubted when God told him, I want you to tell Pharaoh, let my people go. He said, what if they don't believe me? What should I say to them? Who should I say sent me? The Israelites doubted in the wilderness. They cried out for food. They cried out for quail. Every time God miraculously provided for them, they always found a reason to want to go back to Egypt. Gideon doubted when God called him, said, thou mighty man of valor. He began to look around to see if God was talking to him. Zechariah doubted, and God shut up his mouth where he couldn't speak until it was time to name the child John. So Thomas has his doubts. But as I looked at the scripture, I see in verse 24 that the disciples had an opportunity to see Jesus and examine Jesus without Thomas being present. And so if you look at it, you will see that the disciples had an advantage.